Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I've been under, you gotta excuse me, I have been under the weather lately. Haven't had a chance to go on live for a little minute, been really under the weather, but I'm here, I'm back, you know what I'm saying? Halito to everybody, peace and blessings. Grand rising this morning. It's a beautiful morning waking up. Um, I'm in South Carolina. And well, actually, I'm in North Carolina, and we'll be heading down to leaving, passing through South Carolina, trying to get back down through Alabama, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to be able to just be able to see sceneries and see things, to see nature for what it is. You know what I'm saying? But if, let me know if you guys can hear me clearly. If you can't, let me know. I'll get off these headsets because sometimes they be distorted. Um, Peace and blessings, grand rising to everybody. And today I was going to talk a little bit about first encounter. A lot of times we hear about the First Nation people and how who was here first and how civilization in America started. Okay. Um, and then we talk about Aborigine owning slaves. Aborigine owning slaves, okay? And that is so there's a lot behind that. Um and yes, we held prisoners of war. I do believe the first encounter was with the Mongoloids. Okay, a lot of people may not understand when they talk about First Nation and what happens when people see invaders that come to unknown people come to your land, and it's not going to be a big welcoming as you would think. Okay, so they will have there's a lot of things that goes on with that. um it wasn't nice. Okay, the Mongoloids came in. They were the very first invaders, not the white man. Okay, the Mongoloids was the very first invaders to come to America. Okay, they found Aborigine people here. So it was not nice. And like a lot of people would think, it was not no greetings. Okay, because when someone comes to your land, most of the times they will seek to try to take over. Okay, something different. They will seek to try to take over. So yes, we had a situation of prisoners of war. Okay. Somebody told me, yeah, well, go tell the Indians about how they enslaved Africans, how they enslaved Africans. Well, we have too many people based on the knowledge that I do know. We have too many people that listen to what history was told to them by their oppressors. Shout out to Smoke's Signal. Based on what the oppressor has taught them, okay, learning in school and talking about European history. Shout out to Laniel. What I want you guys to understand, you got to dig deep and you have to look and put the pieces together yourself. And you got to make it make sense. Now, shout out to Big Chief. So many times, that we like to listen to the things that was told to us, and a lot of things that was told to us is not factual truth. Okay, you have to understand that you want to believe in something, and it may sound good as a teacher teaches you, but it does not. A teacher can persuade in many ways the thinkings in your mind, brainwashing and making things believable. Okay, like telling you that they took a whole nation and brought a whole nation from Africa when they can take the people that were already here and enslave the people that's already here. Okay, I want you guys to understand that you just don't lose your language like that. You don't lose your language. If you're from Africa, if you were a born a native of Africa, you're not going to just lose your language. They can't beat your language out of you. Okay, these are things you have to understand. Okay, so these are many times we have by learning, to by learning and listening to what we see on television, and we look at movies, we will believe that they beat the hell out of us and took our language. Nobody can take your languages. You can see there are Latinos that have been here for years and they still speak Spanish. You have many cultures, many Africans who have came over here and they still keep their language. They still keep their culture. You cannot beat that out of a person. Okay, shout out to Chloe. I want people to understand that. That is just not factual, family. It does not work like that. Okay? Your heritage, the things that you have inside cannot be beaten out of you. That just don't happen. Stop listening to what these people have been telling. They've been oppressing us and they've been mind screwing us for many years. And the very first encounter of war was with the Mongols. And the reason why there are factual documentaries that even the the BC, I forgot the name of the channel, the BC channel, whatever they call it. They even have documentaries of war between the Mongols and the Aborigine. Okay, so when you look at the pyramids, they have a lot of Native Americans that have admitted that they did not build the pyramids, that the pyramids were already here. So being that the pyramids were already here, they were built by the people, the landowners that were here before the Mongols came here. Okay? You cannot be native of a land that is occupied. You remember what I'm telling you. You cannot be native of a land that is occupied. Okay? You cannot say that's no different than people making fun of Christopher Columbus, who says that he discovered something where people were already here. Okay? So that's the same crap that they say when Christopher Columbus discovered something and William Penn were they discovered something. You can't discover when the land is occupied. Okay? So these are the things that we have to make sense on, and we have to stop allowing people to manipulate the mind. Okay. Now, Mongols, they are migrated over, and they found us here. So, just like any other people, when they want to take over land, there's war. We was not having that, and once we defeated them in war, we also took their women. Okay, we also took them as prisoners. Okay, so there's a lot of Native Americans that was taken as prisoners, and they were treated as prisoners. Okay, and I want people to understand it. So we have to understand that our people of color, is everywhere across the globe, everywhere across the globe. I want people to understand that. It doesn't matter where there's a person of color, everywhere across the globe, not just in Turtle Island, America. I want people to understand that people of color is everywhere across the globe. Not the same in features, not the same in bone structures, but they are people that of color across the globe. When you go down to South America, The original South Americans, Brazil, they look like you and I. Because as we come from the sun, the equator. We are the people of the sun and the equator. So we traveled from south all the way up to north. We were everywhere. Canada belongs to us. South America belongs to us. And North America belongs to us. Stop listening to these folks and stop putting yourself in a bowl and believe that you are only from one sector that is just America part, North America. You are also the South Americans. You are from Brazil. You are Brazilians. You are Mexicans. You are everything in the land of America. America is everything. America, the name America was not in existence. They had no such thing as a America. But the land base was one land base, one continent. We don't like to talk about America as a continent because we don't educate ourselves to understand that America is not just one land base. Canada, all the way down to South America, belongs to us. Shout out to Al Boro in the house. Family, we have been bamboozled so long, and we put our stamp everywhere we go. Our stamp is it's all a part of the Western civilization. We everywhere. And this is why in California that a lot of Californians are going to get reparations first because they are some of the true California tribes that were there are being noticed. We are not being noticed because we're not coming together. We are so bad. We are so busy in a battle on who's American Indian versus Aborigine Indian. We are still American. We are still the tribe of Turtle Island. And those who are trying to divide that are only in it for their own pockets. And if you don't see that, and those who are trying to break us up into into divisions. I heard a brother call us Europeans and saying that we are the Europeans and that they are the American Indians. Shout out to Chief Flemings. And I want people to understand that they have people who have agendas to break us up. And we can't stand by and let people divide us. You either with us or you not with us. And we're not about the drama in the community. We are about bringing each other together and stop separating the groups. Now, as we were at war, and you have to understand that these Siberian Asians, who some are very honest, saying that they did not build the pyramids in America, that they came here and they seen that they were taking care of the pyramids, but they did not build the pyramids in America. The mounds, the mounds were occupied. They were already built. The mounds in America were occupied. You have to understand that Siberian Asians don't build houses. They build tents. They don't build houses. They don't have the technology in the mind as we do. We are the builders of the universe. We are the people of the universe. We're not just people that are we want to give credit to all the other countries that say that they are travelers. But our Aborigine people are travelers also. We also traded with other great countries. So I want people to understand that we were not just caught in one, that we didn't have smart enough tribal leaders to go to other lands to design certain things, inventions. We are the people of inventions. We are the people of everything. So please stop limiting our people, stating that we were only in the dark. We were not people that were in the dark. We are the people of nature, but we are inventors as well. I think that we, as Aborigine communities, American Indian communities, as you want to call it, we want to claim America so bad that we forget how great we are as a whole nation, that we were trading with other nations, that we had the resources that other nations did not have. We had the capabilities of rice. We had the capabilities of growing certain foods that other countries don't have. When you do the research, you'll find that we have more green space than any country across the world. America has more green space than any country, including Africa. So all countries relied on our wealth, our power of the untold truth about cotton. Cotton was our invention. Cower, cotton was our moneymaker until the white man found out the power and the money behind the cotton. Cotton factories were ran by our people. Our farms, we had farmland. We had farmland that raised cotton fields before they put our people into slavery. Why enslave the people? Why take people from Africa when you can enslave the people that's already here? When you can colonize the people with white Jesus and you can do it right here. We were a spiritual people that relied on spirituality. We did not believe in Christianity and we did not believe in religion. We believed in spiritual. We believed in our God. Our God was a spiritual realm, and we have been separated from our God. Our God is the creator. Our God is the sun. Our God wakes us up every day and give us energy. And I want people to understand that our differences, only going to put us back. Everything that you think about your brother, everything that you think about your mother, everything is just putting us back. Okay. Shout out to you, Yonku. How you doing? 725 grandmothers and my people. Yes, and I want people to understand that we don't rely enough on our ancestors, our grandmothers, and it's somewhere the disconnection happened. Somewhere in our families, the disconnection happened where we stop believing in what our grandparents taught us and we start listening to more of what the school taught us and putting us in school under European teaching has messed us up as a whole. And I want people to understand that we have been more of a hinder to ourselves. We have been we have questioned our own self. We are not the enemy of Africa. We are not the enemy of Native Americans. We are not the enemy of anybody. We only here to teach the lost tribes. And I want people to understand it. The lost tribes in the promised land. The lost tribes in the promised land. And I want people to understand that we can't have too much promise by continuously dealing with negativity and separation. We have to learn the knowledge and understand that why do they still have underwater cities to this day that are being discovered? They are ponds, lakes that are being discovered with underground, with underwater cities. Why have they hidden all these places? You're finding these things in Georgia. You're finding these things in Georgia. You're finding underground cities in Georgia. You're finding these underground cities. Why do we only talk about Tulsa, Oklahoma, when it comes down to Wall Street? When you talk about melanated Wall Street, when there were multiple cities that had Wall Street in power. Why do we let them limit us? If they will hide the things that they did in Tulsa and all the other towns across the nation, Rosewood, all the other places, what makes you think that they're not going to hide more truth about you? Shout out to Egyptian goddess, dark side, the dark side is in the house. What makes you think that they are going to tell the truth about you? Underwater cities in Georgia and Alabama is facts. In New Orleans, Louisiana, there's underground cities. So many of the marshlands uh, that we don't understand that Louisiana is drying up because they're losing so much marsh. And the same thing that has happened to a lot of them underground cities, that they have lost so much land of marsh. So the cities are losing so much ground and they go underwater. And everything that we do to our land is our fault. If we are the people of nature, if we are the landowners, we don't take care of the land. I told you many times before that the more that we allow the white man, the any man to come in and take the trees off the land and build all these houses, we are not replenishing. They are not replenishing what they take. And I know that in North Carolina, they have beautiful trees. They have trees all and also so many trees on the East Coast. They got so many trees across America. They have trees everywhere. But we are lacking. This is one of the reasons why they have so many diseases that are coming into America. And a lot of people don't understand the more that they cut trees, because trees are alive and they live and they feel just like you and I. And the more that we let them take from the environment and we're not putting it back, we are opening up diseases, something that should protect us. And I want you to understand this, family, that we take too much from nature and don't give back to nature. Shout out to Real Lives TV and Kiwanis. We take so much from nature, but we don't give back to nature. The drinking water situation, you can actually dig and actually learn how to develop your own drinking water. You can grow your own foods. We're going through a food crisis. And you go to your neighborhood supermarket, you can see it. The more you go against Mother Nature, the more you trash Mother Nature, the more Mother Nature does not protect you. You can't be indigenous to the land without being in tune with nature. All of the vehicles that are smogging our areas, killing the environment, the gas that is killing the environment. A lot of our people won't walk anymore. A lot of our people won't travel on feet anymore. This is the reason why we all suffering with some type of disease. Our lack of love for nature. You are nature. Your body is nature. Turtle Island is being trashed every day. And I don't see many of our Aborigine brothers talk about this stuff. And we have to talk about this stuff. There won't be a land to fight over because we all gonna die from the diseases that we're letting in to the country. We're not protecting the environment. We're not in protecting the waters. There are so many areas where fish are dying in the water. Ships are letting out oil into the water. I want you guys to understand the environment is being polluted every day. But nobody wants to talk about the Mongoloids and the fight they had with the Aborigine. The fact that the Mongoloids knew that there were people already here, and the fact that they want to claim to be native is a shame. You can't be native of two lands. You can't be the originator of two lands. You can't be the originator of two lands. You're either from Siberia or you're from America. You either from Siberia or you're from America. And people get upset with us for exposing who they are, exposing their Asian history. But you call them respectively native when Aborigine is everywhere. The original man is everywhere. The original man and woman is everywhere. But the proof is that the mounds and that the pyramids were that the fact that the Aborigine were already here in America. And the proof is that they are the builders of America. And our people have continuously built America, being forced or being volunteered. We have always built America. People don't want this kind of knowledge because people are so comfortable. They are comfortable being labeled something that they're not. Some people are lazy and don't want to talk to their grandmothers and grandfathers. Some people are just finding out that they are a part of America. And it takes them to just realize that. And I have had people, tell me, and oh, Peanut man, you were so right. I had got a chance to go ask my grandmother, and guess what? I'm Creek, and they're so excited. And see, this is what people don't understand. This is what it's all about, family. Knowing who you are is something of goodness. Some people say, man, what is it going to change? It's not going to change your circumstances. It's going to change your morale in life. It's going to teach you that you come from somewhere. Shout out to Mr. Doc, Fly, brother. It's going to make you understand that you were not lost somewhere, not being labeled, just saying that you from some dark place in West Africa. And the problem is that when it's not one thing that they say that you're from West Africa. That's not even a problem. They don't know where a part of West Africa you're from. They just don't know themselves. You expect them to know about you through some DNA, and they put you everywhere. Digging up your ancestors' grave in Africa, and they linking your blood or your spit to something that's in the dirt. We're gullible no more, family. We're gullible no more. We're no longer gullible to the world. We're no longer gullible to the world because you are the guardians of this land called Turtle Island. You are the guardians, the true guardians of this land called Turtle Island. And if you knew who you were, the fact is that's why Joe Biden and them will never give you guys any reparation because they know who you are. And they would have to owe you more than what you know. They know who you are. And the fact that you don't want to try to know who you are is just is the fact that you're lazy. And the fact that you're comfortable in your skin to be labeled something that you're not. And all these people who are keep on, I have never seen, uh, uh, you know, I tell people all the time, you know, just go back and see 2 years ago. Go look at some of these brothers' videos. Go look at some of these guys' videos 2 years ago before they start dividing, saying that they wasn't saying that they was just American Indians. They were saying they were on this Aborigine tip too. But soon as somebody pissed them off, then they want to divide the community and say, "Oh no, they're not these guys are Europeans. These guys ain't no American Indian." So they want to basically say that they're the Native Americans and that they're connected to the Native Americans. They want to say that they're connected to Native Americans. Well, if you're connected to Native Americans, you are not the Aborigine of this land because the Native Americans are not Aborigine to this land. They're connected to Siberia. All due respect to the Native Americans, but they are not the natives of this land. So why would you try to separate yourself from Aborigine people who say that they are the original of the land? Because that's all it is. That's all it is. Malcolm X, the brother Malcolm X, with all the great wisdom. Malcolm X with all his great wisdom knew who we were. All the great wisdom, and you won't even listen what Malcolm X told you. Some of you guys are just so far off. So some of you guys are so far off. It's a shame. Chickasaw, let's see, somebody was bringing up the Chickasaw roots. Yeah, Chickasaw roots. My family is Southern culture, like Mississippi, Alabama. Yes, I have that Mississippi, Alabama. I got that. I got that Louisiana, Mississippi culture. The Louisiana, Mississippi culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. Shout out to Chief Sunnow in the house, and shout out to D Harris in the house. You guys, if you guys hear my voice, I've been battling with the flu. You know, the flu season is still going on. I tell people all the time, this is why you know that COVID, that BS with COVID, because they act like the flu season ain't, don't exist anymore. I be like, where have the flu went? But the flu still exists. I'm just under the weather. It's been hard for me to do many lives, but you see some of these people and Chief Sundown and a lot of the great content, a lot of the content creators, a lot of these great tribal leaders have said this before. You see people who are dividers. You see this, and some of you guys, follow the dividers channels, and I can't tell you where to go or whatever, and I would never tell you where to be and where not to go. But I will tell you this, you know, don't let negativity rub off on you. Because if it ain't about the information, you guys need to just leave that information alone. If it ain't about uplifting our people, you guys need to leave that group alone. because all that is nothing, but it's no different than being in the streets. It's no different than being in the streets. And anybody who keeps going out here and just polluting the community, you're not good for the community. It is what it is. You're not good for the community. And the bottom line is we all striving for the best. Thank you, Chief. We all striving for the best. Shout out to Ulsan. And for those who don't know Ulsan, Ulsan is from the UK. Your son is from the UK. Is one of our biggest supporters of the Aborigine. We have some great allies. We have some great allies and some great supporters of the Aborigine community. I hear that a lot of people don't deal with outsiders and stuff like this and this and this and this, but I do. I deal with this melanated sister has always supported my channel and always supported the Aborigine community. And I even on her channel, she has shared the views, shared a lot of our Aborigine content on her. Actually educating people in the UK about our community. So shout out to Osun, who's actually out there telling the melanated, the black folks in UK about the Aborigine community. A lot of people don't know that the dark complexion people in America were already here. A lot of people don't know that. So a lot of people don't know the history. There's a lot of Africans who I talk to who did not know this truth, and they are actually saying that it makes sense. So sometimes there's a lot of Africans that are changing their tune. D. Harris in the house. A lot of Africans are changing their tunes and saying actually what we've been saying. So they're not being disrespectful about it. But we got our own people who have who just do, Philip Scott, excuse me, y'all. Philip Scott, one of the brothers who I think got a great channel, who talks about white supremacy and everything, but he's this big Pan African guy who loves to talk about go back to Nigeria. We gonna give Philip Scott, all due respect. You live in Houston, bro. You live in Houston, and I hate when brothers like you tell other people in America to go move to Africa, and you're not moving to Africa. Same thing with Umar Johnson. You battling with Umar Johnson because Umar Johnson is exposing certain. Also exposing himself because he just was caught with a white woman. And Umar, Philip Scott is because you dating. I mean, because you married to a Spanish woman or a white woman. We don't know what she is. And then you now battling with Umar Johnson. You wasn't battling with Umar until he started talking about white women. And it's just a shame that you Pan-African guys who always telling us to go back to Africa, always telling us that we need to leave America. You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy because you're not leaving America. You guys are not leaving America. Your agendas, shout out to Pony Locks, your agenda is to get us to leave our land. And you are paid for. You are paid for. You know that they can't just put us out of America. They can't just tell us to leave. See, that's what y'all don't understand. We the only nation of people that can't get kicked out of America. Because we are the original ones of America. They can't just kick us out of America. Shout out to the original Copper Empress. They just can't kick us out of America because they know. Yes, Philip Scott travels to Africa, but does he live there? He travels all the time, and he gets money. He gets money from his supporter to go to Ghana, to go to all these countries. But the part is he going to live there? It's not the part of traveling. There are many of our people who travel. but don't tell us where to go. And that's a problem right there. The problem is so many people are trying to get us out of here. I seen that happen in New Orleans, Louisiana. I seen that happen. The fact that people in New Orleans would never leave New Orleans. And melanated, it was a chocolate city, and they would never leave New Orleans. It took a hurricane that was forced by man-made, that they blew the levees. They blew the levees. The government blew the levees. They had been trying to get people of color out of New Orleans. Roland Martin does the same thing. And these are boule. These people are boule. They have been trying to get us out of our own environment for years. And let me tell you, acting like African don't have that, acting like Africa does not have problems against. They dealing with South Africans. South African white people are slaughtering African blacks up in Africa. Why don't they tell the whole truth about Africa? That some of their own are dying from the hands of their own. Why don't they tell you the truth about South Africa and how that a doctor was trying to poison, that a doctor was trying to poison the African leadership, that they got him for treason right now. But you're so busy wanting to get us to leave America. If you guys want to leave, you leave on your own. You don't let somebody tell you to leave your land. I would rather you go to South America because that's part of your land too. I would rather you guys go to South America than go to Africa. And I want people to understand that. We got so many of people and these Pan-African groups. You see Umar talk about the talks about his Pan-African school. He talks about Pan-Africanism, but you don't see Umar Johnson ass in Africa. It's easy to make money right here off of gullible people. Off of gullible people, weak people. Hurricane Katrina was not a natural disaster. It was. I remember being in Hurricane Katrina and hearing the levees break. I remember hearing the explosions. I remember being trapped in a hotel for weeks in a hotel while water. While I remember all the things that was happening to get people out of New Orleans, people of color out of New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm thinking it can't happen in your city because they can't truly get you out of your own cities without natural disaster. I want you guys to understand that. Only the weak shall fall. And back to my regular content, I want people to understand that the very first encounter with Aborigine people was the Mongoloids. And we had war with the Mongoloids. We had many battles with the Mongoloids. We imprisonated them. We captured them. And yes, some of our men even had sex with their women. Just like you see in most countries when somebody's at war. But we have No, any American Indian, all of a sudden you are American Indian, and you calling yourself American Indian, and you're trying to connect yourself up with the Native Americans, and you're trying to separate yourself from the Aborigine. Well, you calling yourself a Mongol because that's what you are, a Mongol, and which is sad. It's sad that you would separate yourself for saying that you are the original. And I don't see why people have a problem with us saying that we are the original. What is wrong with us calling ourselves the original? What is y'all problem with that? Because power is in name. Power is in name. Everything that you do is power. But you guys got to get in tune with nature. Please go buy a small tree, put it in the ground, contribute to nature. You cannot be indigenous to this land and not be in tune with the land. We are dealing with so many crimes. Now they say monkey pox are coming in. Where the fuck monkey pox come from? Now all of a sudden they got monkey pox. And now they said it's a gay disease and these monkey pox that comes from Africa. They always blame African they blame black countries. They always blame black countries when it comes down to certain stuff. Now they got monkey pox out here. And all this other stuff, all these new diseases that are coming. Now let me ask you a question. How did monkeypox get into America? How did monkeypox get into America? All of a sudden, monkeypox is here. This is stuff that is being spread to kill off our people. And if you guys ain't woken up, they tried it with the COVID. Now they're going to try it with another disease. You got to build your immune systems up because they are trying to attack our people. And the attack is real. They are creating multiple sicknesses. And if one sicknesses don't take you out, they're going to try the next sicknesses to take you out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. Monkeypox, really? Or smallpox? I mean, this is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah, black means dead. Black and African American means dead. And the only time I like to say the word black is when when our people do something that is dead. When our people do something that's dead, I like to say that that's black because it's treason when we kill one another, and that's black in my opinion. When we kill our own people, that is black. That is treason against our own nation. And these are the things that we have to understand. We already got a lot of things on our plate. And you can't keep helping your oppressor. Because all we do is make excuses about why we cannot be top dog in anything. We make too many excuses, family. The fact is, we are our own trouble. We can't even get along on social media. We can't even form groups and get along. And some of these things are our own problems. These are the things that happens. And that's why I told you we want to talk about tribal building. And you can't build tribes when we are divided. And words are a spell. Words are a spell. And if it comes from rodents, I mean, y'all got to understand what a caucus the Caucasus caves where they had all these diseases in the Caucasus. You know, when these Moors let these Europeans out the cave, and you got to thank the Moors for that. Shout out to Charles, the great Charles Johnson in the house. You got to thank the Moors. Thank you, Moors, for allowing this shit to happen. Because most of the tribes did not know about any diseases until others came to America. They had no thing, there was no such thing of diseases until others came to America. America was a purified nation. Yeah, Caucasians and Asians are the same people. Same people. Got the same DNA backgrounds. They are the same people. That's one of the reasons why they protect Asian people. You notice that Joe Biden passes a bill for Caucasian people and protect Caucasian. I mean, not Caucasian people, Asian people, because the reason why he protects his Asian people is because that's his people. Now that they need them for survival. You got to understand they need Asian people to survive because they're not living long. There's a lot of Caucasian women and Caucasian men that are not procreating. They're not having babies, and if they're not having babies, they're not going to exist very long. This is the reason why they hate the people of color, because they know if people of color keep mixing with them, that the fact is that they will not be here in existence for a very long time. So they need to get with Asian people to keep existing, and not just that. You guys got to also remember. You also got to remember that this is the reason why they need Ukraine so bad. That's their people. They need Ukraine. They need Ukraine. Ukraine is their people. They Europeans. They need Ukraine. Why you think they don't want the Haitians to come over? When Haiti went through the destruction in Haiti, they tried to block Haitians from coming to America. They block dark complexion nations from coming to America because they don't want them. That see they It's all about procreation. They understand that if they have any dark nations that they won't exist. If they bring in their own nations, that's why they welcome Ukrainians. Ukrainians are their lifeline. Ukrainians are their lifeline. Understand, Joe Biden is going to only help his people. Haitians are our people. Definitely are our people. They are the island people. They're definitely, and America was they were Haiti, all the small countries were connected to America at one time. A lot of these islands were connected to America. You don't have to believe me, but I believe that. Okay, I believe that. So you could debate all day long. I believe that a lot of them islands, because I come from Louisiana, I see how the broken. If you look at the boot, if you look at Florida, these are nothing but puzzles. These are nothing but puzzles. Okay, these are puzzles, and you have to understand that some of these countries, some of these broken little islands, used to be connected to America. These were a broken part pieces of America. Okay, a lot of people don't want to believe that, but it's the truth. Okay, and that I'm gonna stand by that. It is what it is. You guys want to believe all that other bullshit you want to believe, and I can't believe what the hell I want to believe with. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I want you guys to understand that they're going to keep bringing their people here. They're going to keep trying to bring their people here because they women are not having babies at a alarm rate. They're losing their people. Their people are dying. The white woman do not want the white man. The white woman are not turned on with the white man. I know this sounds crazy when you see these athletes, all these athletes, people of color, these athletes who keep dating these white women and marrying these white women. And all they doing is cutting off the race of the white person. Do I agree on it? No, but it's the facts. The facts is that they are hanging on a limb, and they are very upset with their the young people, the young girls, their daughters. They are very upset. That's why they trying to kill these brothers, these young brothers, and these young brothers are not listening. They love them some white women. They're not listening. And I'm gonna only talk reality. Some of you guys don't want to hear this, but they're doing it. It's very hard for me to even tell my own sons what to do. They go to school and they meet all these different nationalities. They meet all these different people, and you don't know who they're sleeping with. And there's only so much you can tell your own children. These new generations ain't listening to us. It's our downfall. It's our downfall. We had a brother who was on social media talking bad about melanated women, talking bad about melanated women. And he had him said he got his little Barbie doll, and the same Barbie doll murdered him. The same Barbie doll murdered him. And some of you guys can't grasp that. The hate for the woman of color, the hate for the woman of color is it's a shame. I always say that a man that don't love his own mother, a man who don't love his own mother won't choose a woman that looks like his mother. They have a lot of young men out here that despise their own mother. We have to retrain the brain of respect. This ain't about hating white people. I have nothing against white women and white men and all of, and I don't care who you date and who you love. I can't change who you date and who you love. I can't do that. But I have to be very mindful of the facts. I have to be very mindful of the facts. And the facts is you got certain race of people who are on lifeline. And if they keep on experimenting and they keep on dealing with melanated mind, eyes, and a house, shout out to you. Um, if they keep on indulging with these people, they won't have a race in the next 40 years. They won't have a white race. And some of you guys want to say mix and call these children. That's not a race. Mix is not a race. You either the melanated or you either white. But mix is not a race. That they have that drop of the blood thing, and we have stirred up these things. I mean, sometimes it is what it is. It is what it is. But I gotta let this go because I gotta get ready to get back out there. I'm part. I'm the part youth, and I can't lie. Most of the elders have nothing to give. Only, only rants, conversation. I did try on. I haven't gave up. They have nothing to hand us down. Now the you teach. I hope mine's eyes. I respect what you're saying. And I hope that change. I really do, and I respect your comment because I have said this many times before that it's our old shout out to Moonfie. It's our OGs out here who has failed us. Our OGs, the generations before me and my generation has failed us. And I want you to understand that hopefully that you can see that I'm trying. I'm 47 years old, and I respect you, young persons. I respect the young people, and I want you to know that we got your back. All of us are not like that. All of us are not trying to just rant at you guys. We understand that this is a totally different new generation. We understand that you guys got it even harder. You guys got it even harder. Because you guys are dealing with social media. You guys are dealing with so much pressure of more than what we ever could do. So I just want you to understand that all people that are hitting the elder stage are not assholes. That we got your back. That we still fighting for y'all. That we don't all have an agenda. That we all not on here for some money. That we all here. That we all actually care for our communities. That some of us still give a damn about our young people. I got young people. I got 4 beautiful sons. And if I don't give a damn about them, if I don't give a damn about you, I don't give a damn about them. And that's the problem now. You can't just love your children because what affects other people's children affects your children. And the only way we're gonna do it, we got to respect, and we have to treat the village laws. The village laws. And we can't always point fingers and say how bad our children is, how bad. We got to support them and uplift them because our children are not bad. They just misled. Our children are not just, they're not bad. They just misled. And then we got young people who having children, children having children. It's a system problem. It's a system problem. So it is what it is. I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I got to deal with this cold. This cold is kicking my ass. But you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you for coming in and supporting Peanut Lola 504. Remember remember to please hit the like button. Also help me get this video up to 1K. Also remember that this was an Aborigine perspective. And if you would like to donate anything to the channel, that is my cash app. If you would like to help anything in the channel. If you don't, please share the video. That's all I need for you guys to share the video. You guys have a beautiful day. And once again, shout out to Egyptian Goddess. Shout out to Charles Johnson. Shout out to Smokescreen. Um, Moonfee, Charles Johnson, my brother. So much wisdom. Mine eyes. Shout out to you. Shout out Mr. Dogfly, brother Johnny Woods. Shout out to you. Shout out to the Johnny, great Johnny Woods. Shout out to D Harris. Also shout out to Kiwanis. Shout out to Running Back Game, Realize TV. The original Coppers, Empress. Shout out to Chief Sunil. Shout out to the Defense League. Mr. Darkfly brother was in the house. Um, the Chief Flemings. Shout out to that brother, the great Chief Flemings. Egyptian goddess in the house. Shout out to that sister. And if I didn't, shout out to the brother Al Burrow. And if I didn't get you guys, just remember that I got much love and respect to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So you guys have. I got to take care of this cold. It's just kicking my ass. But you guys have, and it's hard because I'm working and being working while being sick. But it is what it is. You know. I'm out of here. Out of here.